All right, y'all, so we're gonna get right into it. We're gonna waste any time today. We got the Air Jordan 13 playoffs. They just shock dropped on the sneakers app. It actually went live around 3 p.m. Eastern time. And I took an L. L City over here. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm a little bit upset about it. And I'm gonna just talk about how it went for me and whatnot and give you a little insight into actually what went down and why I'm kind of upset about this whole Jordan 13 playoff shot drop. Now, so the link goes out around, actually I think it might have been a little bit before 3 a.m. I click the link and it takes me directly to the sneakers browser web, the web version, right? So I log into my account, I'm in there, I see a full size one, I click my 9.5, add to cart, submit my payment info. I have to put in, on the browser version, it makes me put in my my security code on my card, right? Fine. Put it in, I'm put into the queue and I'm waiting. There's only one problem. So I forgot that I got a new card in the mail a while ago, and that one has obviously a different security code. But the problem is that, well, technically the card that I used to purchase is still valid throughout the year, but I've got a new one with a different security code. Now, I don't know if that was the issue as far as to why I took the L, but I waited almost 20 minutes, finally got the L. But my issue with it is that I could not correct the problem. This is my issue with the sneakers app. Like in my case, I made an honest mistake, forgot. I take the blame, that it's totally fine. What I don't like is being able to fix a mistake. Now, what I did try and what I thought about doing is I have a very old sneakers account, another one that I never use. I tried logging into that one, but as soon as I did and put in my password, I got prompted with, I needed to enter my phone number so they could verify my account. Now, if you remember, or maybe it's your first time to my channel, if not, just tell you really quickly, I did the same thing for the Jordan 5 Crimson Bliss release that happened last year, late last year, and I logged into my old account because my primary account was giving me issues, was not letting me check out. I said, forget it, I'll try my other one. I was able to get through and check out. But what happened is I contacted Nike because I was no longer able to get into my primary account for like a month. They said I was not blocked, but for some reason, I think, well, I now know that you can only, well, you used to could have multiple accounts. I had no issues. I'm not a reseller. I'm just somebody who's trying to make a manual purchase because I like the shoe. Now, I say that because you used to could have multiple accounts with one phone number. Well, now you can't really do that anymore. At least I can't, because that's what I was told, that, just make sure in the future only have that one account tied to that phone number. So I was basically locked out of my account for almost a month, a little over a month actually. So today I went in and tried to log into that old account to see if I can get the playoffs. I decided not to do it because I didn't want to have to go through that whole thing I went through back in like the month of like November and December, where my account, I was locked out of my primary account. So because I don't know if it was like I used an older card, or maybe they just sold out in my size. I don't know. But I took the L. But my only issue is I wasn't able to correct the problem. That's what it is. And I'm tired of like this sneakers app every week, shock drop. Oh my gosh, let's run and get. And I like the playoffs. I'm glad they're shock dropping as far as like giving you a chance to get the pair early. But this thing where like you've entered into this like queue, this waiting room, and you cannot cancel. Like, I know why they do it, because a lot of people out there are just going up here to buy the shoe so they can go and sell it on StockX and GOAT. And if you're doing that, get off the phone. Get off the phone, get off the app, put it down. Like, stop doing that. People really want the shoe, man. And I know they're coming out again, what is it, February 18th or something like that. And I'll try again for them there, and I'll put in my raffles and we'll see what happens. But I'm just, this whole, like, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man, I'm getting tired of every week having to like, it was this, I don't know what it is, man. I liken it almost to the experiences we used to have on Yeezy Supply. Now to some of y'all, that might be a stretch, right? But that same feeling of like trying to get this shoe, putting in a line, taking an L almost every time, as a customer, not as a YouTuber, not as a content creator, blah, 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 whatever. As a customer, it makes me not want to shop there as much. Like seriously, There've been times when like I've, I could have tried to get a shoe on Nike and I don't. Because I know I can go to Finish Line and get it and potentially use a discount, or I can get it locally at a foot store if I can ever hit on a Flex app, but that's another story for another day. But I know I'm rambling, long story short, I didn't get the shoe. Maybe they sold out, who knows. But I saw that there were a lot of people, talking about, that the shoe, like 13s aren't it anymore. 13s were never popular, or stuff like that. And I'm like, what planet are y'all living on? The 13 has always been a very popular Jordan, but what has happened is over the last couple years, they've been releasing these no-name colorways that nobody wants. They just sit around the stores. Nobody wants those. We've been asking for the playoffs for I don't know how long. I don't know when the last release was, but it feels like a decade. I could be wrong. Correct me. I'm not gonna go look up the date. I don't really care. But it feels like a very long time. And it's like they'll release all these other colorways. Another perfect example is the Jordan 12 Cherry. How long we been asking for that shoe? And we're finally getting it. Another shoe we've been asking for, Jordan 11 Columbias. How long we been asking for that shoe? Still not getting it this year. They're gonna give us the DMPs. Okay, cool. I would argue that I'd rather have the Columbias. OG colorway, bring them back. What's the wait? You know what your customers want. Give your customers what they want. All I'm asking for, man, is to put out the shoes that you know people want and make them in quantity so everybody can at least have a chance at getting a pair, right? Now, that's my little mini rant on this whole playoff 13 shot drop thing. Y'all let me know in the comments, man, if y'all were able to pick these up and how you feel about the playoff 13s. I know a lot of people have been saying 13's gonna sit, blah, 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 all this type of stuff, right? But they fail to remember that it's not just a Jordan thing. It's not a Jordan thing. It's just they seem to have a one-track mind. I can remember at one point, hold please, that this shoe right here, or this brand that all of your favorite YouTubers and everybody's reviewing right now would sit at one point. And that's New Balance. You could walk around and just go get a pair if you want it, right? But guess what? Now they're all, selling out, can barely get on the website, depending on the model, of course. But what I'm highlighting is that it's not just a Jordan 13 problem. It's not a Jordan brand problem. It's just the way the sneaker game is. And I'll be honest with y'all, I don't like it. I don't like it at all, man. And another brand that sat a few times as well, Yeezy. Yes, your popular Yeezy brand sat. There were several shoes that sat around. Let me think of one that was really good. Actually, I have one within arm's reach. Hold, please. This shoe, 700 V1 analog, sat around and nobody wanted it. But guess what? People still talked about how hyped the Yeezy brand was and how great the 700 V1 was. This colorway sat around, but when it dropped the next time, do you think it did? No. It takes people a while to warm up to things. And I'm guilty of that, every now and then too. But when it comes to shoes, I like what I like, and it doesn't matter if how hype it is or how limited it is. I just like the shoe. But the sneaker game right now is crazy, and I don't really like the way it is right now. It just makes it unnecessarily hard to get a shoe. While I'm still ranting, Jordan 2 Lucky Green, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, no stores in my area as far as foot stores are getting them, right? I called Social Status and I had to go, they were actually doing a raffle for the Lucky Green 2s. So I actually went and put in a ticket there, and actually, I have to wait till they call me. So they said they usually call like the day of or whatever, I don't know. So I'm having to do all this for a pair of shoes that nobody apparently really wants, right? I don't know, y'all. I just want to get this video out here to tell y'all my thoughts on this whole sneakers app, shock drop, playoff 13s, the sneaker, and I couldn't talk about it without also expressing the other feelings that I have on the sneaker game across all brands. It's just kind of weird and all over the place right now. But y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Please drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate all the support, and I will see you in the next video.